society. So the question that we're asking then this evening is, Gita in with textbooks, education, is it being saffronized in the state of Karnataka? Let me also now bring in our other guests to take this discussion forward. We have spokesperson of Karnataka BJP, Mohan Vishwa. We have political analyst Sumansi Raman. We also have Dr. C.B. Sharma, professor at the School of Education, IGNOU, and former chairperson, NIOS. We also have Muslim scholar Maulana Qasmi. Good to have all of you on the broadcast with us. Maulana ji, let me begin the discussion with you. I don't know if you heard my conversation with the Education Minister, B.C. Nagesh. वो ये कह रहे हैं कि भगवद गीता में तो कोई रिलीजियस टोन या टेक्सचर है ही नहीं. आप इसको रिलीजियस लेंस की तरह के साथ क्यों देख रहे हैं? बच्चों को बाकी चीजों की एजुकेशन की भी जरूरत होती है, तो ये तो मॉरल साइंस के पार्ट में आएगा, कोई सब्जेक्ट की तरह से नहीं पढ़ाया जाएगा.
देखिए, मैं ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर साहब की बात सुन रहा था
जी,
और मैं उनकी बात को रिगार्ड देता हूं, लेकिन भगवद गीता में भी दो एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, एक वे ऑफ लाइफ वाला और एक वे ऑफ प्रीचिंग. वहां प्रेयर्स, टीचिंग हाउ टू प्रे, किस तरह, उसमें वो भी है. एंड द सो हैज अदर बुक्स आल्सो, सो डू द कुरान, बाइबल, तूरा एंड गुरुबानी आल्सो. सेम बाय सेम लॉजिक, कुरान इज आल्सो वे ऑफ लाइफ, तूरा इज आल्सो वे ऑफ लाइफ, Gurbani is also way of life, and Bible is also way of life. My point, in our constitutionally, in our country, no religion has supremacy over other religion. Number one, ideally, we should not have religious education in our secular educational system.
तो सर मदरसा में एजुकेशन क्यों कंटिन्यू है अभी तक? मदरसा में भी तो बच्चों को पढ़ाया जा रहा है. अगर आपका यही आर्ग्यूमेंट है तो फिर बच्चों को मदरसाओं में भी नहीं पढ़ाना चाहिए.
हम आपकी बात से, आपका बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, लेकिन इसका जवाब भी सुनिए. वी आर अगेंस्ट मदरसा, गवर्नमेंट रन मदरसा एजुकेशन, वी आर अगेंस्ट देम. We are in the view that all the government run madrasa should be converted in the modern school. मुस्लिम लोग अपने इस पे दो आर्टिकल जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने बताया है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली दे कैन एस्टेब्लिश देयर ओन मुस्लिम एंड माइनॉरिटी एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन विदाउट फंडिंग फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट. वो खुद कर सकते हैं. गवर्नमेंट शुड नॉट फंड द मदरसा. ये हम तो कहना चाह रहे हैं. तमाम जो भी मदरसों को गवर्नमेंट पैसा दे रही है या गवर्नमेंट चला रही है, उन तमाम मदरसों को बंद कर दो और उनको स्कूल में बना दीजिए. टू कन्वर्ट दीज मदरसाज इनटू मॉडर्न एजुकेशन, मॉडर्न स्कूल फॉर द पुअर. लेकिन हमारा कहना ये है, गीता, भगवद गीता, कुरान, बाइबल, पीपल शुड लर्न एट होम, एट देयर ओन स्कूल्स, बट it should not be done on the public exchequer. पब्लिक के पैसों पर, सरकार के पैसों पर, रिलीजियस. दैट इज वाई वी से डू अवे विद द हज सब्सिडी. दैट इज व्हाई वी
fair enough, you've made your point, Maulana ji. Let me bring in Mohan Vishwa also. Mohan Vishwa, the criticism is that if you want students to learn all of this, they can do it in their houses by their family members, or you bring everything else in as well. You bring the Quran, you bring the Bible in as well. Because what does our constitution say? Article 28 says no religious instruction to be provided in any educational institution. Then why are you giving only a priority to the Bhagavad Gita?
Ma'am, I just can't understand. Just now our education minister also told very clearly, and it's a settled case that everybody knows, that Bhagavad Gita is just a part of entire Mahabharata. Okay? So when there was a war between, Kauravas and Pandavas, the conflict between the family relationship, the emotions versus the responsibility to be carried out by being a king, and that arrives, Mr. Sri Krishna, who was the one who teaches about the difference between the two and what to follow, what not to follow when it comes to responsibility. That too is a war between good and bad. So that is what it's a part of Mahabharata. Nowhere it preaches, nowhere it professes any particular religion, Hindu religion for that matter. And for your information or for his information, Hindu religion is not having any one particular book like either Bible or Quran which says you have to follow this, you have to do this. It's not a rule book. Come on. Our religion, don't have anything where it says if you don't follow this, so these are the punishments. If you follow this, you should follow like this. No. Hindu religion is not having any such kind of thing. And in our religion, everything is questioned. You would have seen for thousands of years, everything is questioned, answered, and discussed. It is not new for us. So in this case also, Bhagavad Gita is purely a moral science. See, this is the hypocrisy. They are okay with the centuries-old Macaulay education system, which was bought by British just to spoil our education system, which was there for 2000 years. And they are not okay with the Chanakya Niti, who brought up this business principles. At the same time, they are okay with Peter Drucker's principles of management. When they want to adopt the things which are outside India, they will not have any issues, and they call it as a secularism. That too, when you see the green
when
color,
you want to drop symbols of
secularism
colonialism, that's a completely separate debate. Today, we are only focusing as far as what should be the right way to go ahead as far as the curriculum and syllabus and educational institutions are concerned. Sumansi Raman, the argument that's coming in from BJP and others who are supporting this move is that why are you even seeing this with a religious lens? The idea that we want to bring Bhagavad Gita into the curriculum or the academic session is because we feel that Gita actually teaches a way of life, and it's not going to be brought in as a separate subject. It's going to be part of moral science, something that actually used to be there in the academic curriculum when me and you grew up.
Okay, first of all, should moral science be taught in schools? Absolutely. I think that somewhere in the last 10, 15, 20 years, the fact that we stopped giving education in moral science, I think that was a huge handicap to children who grew up in the last 20 years. So should it be there? Yes. Now the question of Bhagavad Gita comes in because the essence of the Bhagavad Gita may be a way of life, a way of how one should live one's life. But there is the issue of its very strong association with the religion. Now the Madhya Pradesh High Court said in 2012 that Bhagavad Gita is only a philosophical book and not essentially a religious book. And in fact, even recently, I think in March this year, the National Commission of Minorities, the head of that, Mr. Syed Sahidullah, I think, I don't remember his name. He was also quoted as saying that, he accepts it as a work of philosophy and not really a religious text. But having said that, what are they going to actually teach? Are they going to teach verses from the Bhagavad Gita, which would definitely have certain religious connotations?
Sure.
Or is it going to be the general drift of, say, the essence of how one should live one's life as excerpted from the Bhagavad Gita? There are two different things, and the minister has not really clarified, though he said we are not teaching the Bhagavad Gita itself. We are going to be teaching morals from the Bhagavad Gita. Now, I studied in a Christian school, and we were taught regularly parables from the Bible. We were taught stories from the Bible as part of our moral science class. We never had a problem with it. And of course, it was a private institution. The point is, if the morals from the Bhagavad Gita are going to be taught, there is nothing which should prevent the government from teaching morals from other religious texts also. There is no problem in finding such parables or such illustrations from other religious texts. If they're actually going to be teaching the Gita itself, which the minister actually has refuted, then you have a problem because there is a certain element of religion which is associated with the Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.